To just tie everything together, I want to talk a little bit about how the essay and the journal affected each other. The essay helped me define the values and outline the human point of view really before we went. Without it, I wouldn't have known anything much about values or whatnot. And the journal helped describe the animals and the raw experience of everything and really helped me express myself. I do wish they could have been a little bit more separate. I liked learning how to express myself separate from making an argument about the Galapagos, but overall I really liked them together. The learning process, if I did just the journal, I definitely wouldn't have come out with such strong opinions on the ethics, and I definitely wouldn't have come out with as great of a view as I now have on the world and ethics, which I did not know anything about. I realized I thought I was like, oh, I know what ethics is, but I really didn't. And if I did just the essay, I wouldn't have been able to make all these connections with myself and the world, and I wouldn't have been able to express myself as well. I learned a lot of new techniques, and I thought it was really great to just keep it raw and to learn how to layer things and show different thoughts and emotions in writing and connecting writing to pictures and even drawing. The projects have been a really round and culturing experience for me. Definitely allowed me to check off that little box on the course evaluations that say this course has changed my view of the world, because it has, because of these two things. And they worked really well together. Definitely balanced out my argumentative side and my expressive side, and that's really great. That's something I haven't been able to do in almost any other course. I'd like to start with my journal. I guess I have 2 pages right here that both pertain specifically to my essay. Both have a theme and contain quotes from my essay. And this is a new thing that I've been working with, is my own writing, but in typed format, and glued down to the pages and stuff, and trying to get a little bit more creative with fonts and such, because my handwriting is kind of the same. So I like to start with this page. I like to call it the scientific resource page. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to do the best job I can. I'll just hold it here. This page is called Scientific Resource because a very large part of my essay is about how one of the most beautiful things about the Galapagos is that it's a scientific resource. It's something where Darwin and every other scientist since has been able to follow the theories of evolution, has been able to follow different geological, biological, environmental, oceanic studies that they could. And this page is really special to me because I use coffee grinds to represent the islands that we traveled to, and I made little footprints to show like how we walked on each one of them, and we can't contaminate anything. And the best part about what I realized is when we visited the coffee farm is how they reuse the fruit peels and the fruit leaves, and because coffee really likes that soil and that nutrition, and it grows really well. So it's a very clean form of reusing something and recycling what they already have. And I thought that was really important to stress with the scientific factor of the Galapagos as a resource, because the grants, when they study objectively and stuff, they need an almost laboratory-like setting. They can't contaminate anything. We saw in the videos that they washed everything before they set foot on Daphne Major, and it's very crucial to have that kind of a clean environment, which the coffee plantation really exemplified. So I wrote a lot about that in silver writing on here, and the quote from my essay is, "Not only are the Galapagos Islands a well-preserved natural habitat, they are also one of science's leading observational resources." And in the background, the very background, I covered it in yellow and orange and pink and stuff, because I wanted it to represent bright and growth and stuff, but it's a calendar, and the calendar is supposed to represent how Darwin thought it took millions and millions of years for evolution to happen, but the Grants only needed 12 years for it to happen, to observe and record it happening. And again, that has to do with how clean and pristine their observations were. So I think this is a really great page that pulls together the scientific resource of the Galapagos. But the next page I want to talk a little bit about is this. It's also a page with a quote pertaining particularly to my essay. This page is watercolor, some sponging, and I actually sewed in some graphics and did some writing in the background. And I really like this page because of the quote. It says, "If Ecuador wants to continue to attract the type and amount of tourists they do, the way they do, they have to start thinking of some new regulations so their purely animal advertisement has some validity to it." Again, I think this page ties in really like what the tourists like activities change to when they figure out that it is very civilized there, and how I tie in a lot of the writing in the background because people might take for granted like the animals and stuff, and even the advertisement in the Aerogal logo has an iguana like right on it, and it's important that these people don't take it for granted, and that the people who are coming there to study like get the opportunity to get viable results and such. So this page really brings together like the colors kind of and the activities, and the red kind of highlight like what people are forgetting about. And okay, so now to start letting you guys know a little bit about my essay. The main thing that I talked about in my essay is how I have a very strong opinion on the population there. Having lived on an island myself, I know it's very hard to get stuff there. It's very hard to get anywhere else. Very small airports. And I do think that the population there doesn't take enough pride in the scientific and historical opportunity that they are a part of, and that like if they keep growing the way they're growing, and we're all sitting on A320s out there, like it's definitely going to be it's definitely going to hurt the preservation and the consideration we have for the animals and their behavior. I mean, they aren't afraid of humans, and that's a really big deal for me, and I wish more places like that could be like that in the world.